Elon Musk, one of the smartest people of our generation, we can argue, right? He has been saying, hey, AI is dangerous. We need to not push this out. We need to figure out what it actually is and how to use it effectively. If you just send it out to the public, we saw immediately everyone started cheating on all their tests.
Oh, yeah.
Writing all their papers. And then people had to make AI to see if stuff was AI generated. Then people figured out, okay, well, they're figuring out this is AI generated. I'm going to make another AI that makes it untraceable that it was AI. And it's just like a weird cycle that they're continuing.
AI literally creating more AI now.
It's nuts. I saw this one thing that you can go into this AI, create an AI program for something, and then start selling it. And it's like, it's nuts. And dude, the internet and AI is just, it's going to spin out of control. We have no control of what's going on. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the government coming and intervening for things, but it's going to take a huge step as a society and go, okay, wait a minute. This might not be the best for all of us. Let's think about this for a second and then make decisions. That's what we need to come back to. We are all human. We are all trying to be better every day, live our normal life, not have to deal with BS. This is one of those things we need to talk about together.
Yeah. Does AI actually make us better in any way? Is there anything that AI accomplishes now that we couldn't already accomplish without it?
No.
And I think that's one of the key questions that people are going to start discussing in the future is how much should we really implement AI into society? Because we can do the stuff that AI can do, but the argument can be made that AI can do a lot of the stuff that we already do at a much better rate. And that's scary because there are certain jobs, obviously like plumbing, carpentry, that type of stuff will always be there. But what job cannot really be replaced by AI?
There's going to be a handful, like you mentioned, like those trades, healthcare workers, stuff like that. But we're already seeing not AI, but robots. We've seen robots coming into manufacturing and developing, and they're taking over tons of line jobs. Tons of people that would have taken 10 people to do, one robot can do, and one person's manning it. So it saves people money that way. And that's where there's like people will argue there's issues with capitalism because all they want is money and how to lower their costs and sell stuff for more and make more money, increase the profits.
Yeah.
But eventually that's going to have to even out. And it's like, hey, there's still humans on this earth that need jobs, and we're going to lose that.
It becomes an ethical question and really, honestly, a moral question because, yeah, I mean, if you're totally capitalistic and you just want profit shares, why wouldn't you just switch to AI completely if you could?
It makes sense. You're making more money. You program it once, have one person run it. Don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with when you have people. You have to deal with different personalities, different people when they're sick. You have to rely on people to be at work, be attentive at work, not fight with everybody, work together as a team. There's a lot of variables that come into play.
AI doesn't clock out either.
AI never clocks out. It doesn't need time off. It will work overtime. You don't need to pay it until it turns.
It doesn't complain to you about rolling over its PTO the next year.
Yeah.
That's good.
Doesn't need off on Friday to go golfing. It's working.
Yeah, 100%.
What's the word when AI when something becomes when it becomes awake? When it comes like when people like the movies and like AI became aware.
Aware, yeah.
So there's another word for it.
I mean, when it became self-aware.
I feel like there's an actual word.
I don't know what the terminology is that you're
Brian,
looking
is
for.
there
But
is there a word? Do you know the word? No,
Brian
we're gonna cut
word.
this out.
Honestly, we probably won't cut this out, but it's okay. We're raw, we're unfiltered, just like actually AI.
So you have no idea how much I cut out.
I mean, I've watched all the podcasts up to this point, and there has been a decent amount that you've cut out, but there's also been a lot of parts I've always been surprised that you didn't cut out.
I try to keep, like you said, the rawness of it, but we'll see. Let's get back.
Do you know what would do a better job of cutting out stuff?
AI. I've actually I have AI attached to my editing software, and it works sometimes, but it so sometimes it'll be a hard cut and it's not able to soften it. So I'll have to go in and work with it.
You know what? What's really cool about how we're talking right now? AI couldn't do this.
No.
We're just going off the boat, going off the line, going off the course, just saying random things, driving a little bit, like Brian just kind of did something. I don't know what he was doing, but he's doing something.
Yeah, it's that human aspect, like we mentioned. You can never add that in, even though no matter how good AI actually gets.
Yeah.
We're human. We're gonna seek human interaction, and AI is always gonna try to replicate that, but it'll always fall short. And we also talked about in the beginning of the podcast: is this making us better? Is this making us lazy? And living in the age of technology and AI and how the internet is, we also need to know, find a balance. We need to know how to use it. We need to use it as an actual tool rather than just go, oh no, AI is gonna take over the world. I'm gonna just go collect my welfare check and eat Ritz crackers all day.
I think AI proves that convenience can go too far, right? That's what AI 100% does. When does life become too convenient? When you don't have to do anything and you struggle as a result of it, right? Because mentally speaking, AI could probably write a better book than, I'm just going to throw out a number, probably 80% of people out there. 80% of people couldn't write a better book than AI. I'm not disincluding myself from that group. There's probably stuff that AI could probably write that is way better than what I could write.
Yeah, it's just gonna miss that, like we talked about, that human element. It'll take all the stories and like, oh, this is probably what would work.
Yeah.
But there's no authenticity to it. And I think as a society, we need to realize we have a lot in life that AI and technology has made way easier. We have the wealth of technology in our phone. Wealth of knowledge. We can do whatever we want. We can look up anything and have it instantaneously.